Welcome back, my friends. Having a magical evening at home with my lovely Lady O. How are you?
I'm very good, and welcome to
Psychic Couple Reacts. We are so excited to keep bringing you this show because it's like our favorite thing to do at night is when we wind down a long day of channeling, psychic readings and sessions and shamanic work. All of that stuff. Actually, people think, well, at the end of the day, what do I like to do? I like to go even deeper. And we just love these paranormal shows, especially this one.
Yeah, Paranormal Nightshift has been not disappointing us at all. And, you know, the people that have been going through these experiences, they are so believable. They're so like you really could feel their sincerity.
They're authentic. They are authentic.
Yeah.
You guys got to watch this.
And the actors are really great too. They're so believable
because they have the people who had the experience working the night shift, having paranormal activity. Then they tell their stories, and you can see they're reliving it in their minds when they're telling the story. And then they have these great actors reenacting it.
I think so far my favorite Paranormal Night Shift episode is the Doppelganger.
Yeah, have you guys seen that? That was our first episode.
That was our first one.
So go check it out.
I think that's our favorite one.
Yeah.
Like if we can match that, I don't know if anything like that is existing out there in the world that's similar to this level of paranormal, but we're going to find it for sure.
And you guys are going to be right there with us. So grab your popcorn, your crystal, your sage, turn the lights down low, get your blanket, get cozy because we're going to watch with you for this very special episode.
This episode is called She Follows, and it's about a kind of young girl, you know, I guess in her late teens, early 20s kind of thing. So she is working the night shift at a spa. And I thought that was kind of strange, but then I guess you could have a spa open till about 10 if there's still clients there, about like 9 maybe. So she started having these experiences and it was pretty terrifying. So let's jump in and see exactly what happens to her. You guys ready? Here we go.
My name is Mariah, and I work the night shift.
Oriah.
It sounds like she said Oriah.
I think she said Mariah, but it sounded like Oriah.
Mariah's career is on the move. She's just landed a job as a salon coordinator at a luxurious spa.
It was like my first grown-up job, and I was really excited to start it because it was a 30,000 square foot salon and day spa.
Oh,
it
30,000
I had no idea it
and
was that big.
And it was a really good opportunity. And I love the beauty industry, so I was like, this could be my in to just like start the rest of whatever happens.
Mariah loves her job, but the hours are long. Together with another coworker, she often works late into the night.
So we would be there if we had an event late as 2 o'clock in the morning, or on an average night just around 10:30 to 11. We would have one girl counting cash, doing the deposit, and the other employee would go turn off the lights.
You need a
lock
spot
the doors,
open till 2 a.m.
and do stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's when like you're ready to do stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mariah heads to the hallway in the back to shut things down for the night.
So it was my first time closing, and as I was starting to turn off all the lights, it feels as though there's someone walking out of the room behind me. I was concerned that maybe there were still clients in there, or employees, or worst case, someone had gotten into the spa that wasn't supposed to.
Despite no one being there, Mariah feels a presence. It is following her.
When I would leave each room and start walking down, it almost felt like it was a couple steps behind me everywhere I would go.
She's sensitive.
Yeah. I mean, she's already empathing.
Oh.
Hello? I looked behind me and there was no one else in the hallway. That was the first time I had ever felt very scared.
Spas are so high vibe, you would never think to be afraid.
Never, ever think
The next night,
it would
Mariah
happen in a
cautiously
spa.
returns
Like a
to
school,
the
a
salon.
hospital,
It actually
museum.
started getting a little bit weird and uncomfortable, and just like the feeling of someone behind you when you were alone at the desk.
While doing front desk duty, Mariah hears someone walking.
Hello?
She follows the footsteps down the hallway.
Oh, they
I was holding my
continue.
breath. I didn't want to see anything out of place. I didn't want to see anything that wasn't supposed to be there. It was like dread and that cold feeling again.
Oh, she's an empath. This is what you feel.
Yeah, this is straight up.
I hear
Empathic.
footsteps behind me. At that point, it was more than just like a feeling. That's what made me start to freak out a bit.
Mariah is relieved her
It was more than
coworker
just a
has
feeling.
arrived.
There's someone in the massage rooms.
What do you mean?
I felt someone. I saw someone move past me.
I explained to my coworker what had happened, and she was newer too. We had both kind of started together, and we were just like, again, this is our job. We have to finish what we need to do.
She implores her colleague to go back with her to check out the hallway.
Neither of us wanted to go in there. We didn't know what we were gonna see.
Clipboard. You're that scared, huh?
You can almost feel it.
Yeah.
Something here.
They do such a good job of capturing the feeling.
I love how they take their time.
Mm-hmm.
There was a noise of the door opening up.
Okay.
Wow. All right. So
We called our manager at that
the
point.
physical manipulation of the doors, windows, these are very
I just
typical.
wanted to let you know that we were just closing up the spot and
A door was just slammed shut and we just don't feel safe here anymore. So I think we should just close up for the night. I think we would feel much better if...
It was just kind of silent on the line for a while, and she laughed. No one really took us seriously. We kind of felt that they didn't want to listen to what we were saying.
right.
Either she didn't take her seriously, the boss, or she knew exactly.
I had a feeling she knew.
Client's still coming. We close up after the client.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just finish up with her and then we'll be done. We'll be out, okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
But at the end of the day, it was my paycheck, so I had no choice.
They return to work. They're counting the minutes until their final client arrives.
As I was pulling files, I had that same electricity in the air feeling.
She's feeling the electromagnetic frequencies. I mean, my God, she's such an empath.
She is.
Very
Footsteps
sensitive.
again, coming from the same dark hallway.
She felt it before she heard the footsteps. That's what tells you that she's empathic.
Yeah, because she felt it in the air.
Yeah.
I could hear folders falling, and you could hear the papers scattering out onto the floor.
Oh, no.
Oh, really?
That's 3D.
Yeah. Really?
Here we go.
Another file came, not just like falling off of the shelf, but it launched itself.
It could have been worse. Could have been a bottle.
It was really aggressive, and I think that's where the fear came from, because it wasn't just, oh, that accidentally fell.
Right.
That
You
someone
know
made
when
that
something
go
launches
off
itself.
from
And
my-
Yeah.
someone
So usually when objects are moving
like
around,
swept it. Now,
that is a
I want
sign
to
of-
talk about something here.
Yeah.
Over the years, many of the clients that I've had thousands of them, but some of them have worked in the beauty industry. Some of them were either people who did color or worked on hair or did facials. And what we've encountered has been that many of them would pick up the emotions of the client. So there's two things going on here. One is that people who are in the fields of service who really want to do that work, they are naturally compassionate, empathic, and
Right.
care about people, so
Right.
they're more open.
Right.
Secondly, you have to understand that your body and you as a spirit have an electromagnetic field. And when you are placing these fingers, consider these fingers antennas, right? We sense things, we can feel emotions, right? And you're reaching into the crown chakra of the person or the auric field of the person when you're doing some sort of service work on them, body work or what have you. And so you begin to pick up things. And she's been saying she's been working in the beauty industry and the spa service industry. So maybe she's been developing that without knowing.
Yeah, or
right?
she was inclined to do it because she was drawn to that, because she does have that affinity, I think.
What do you want from me?
Oh my God.
A poltergeist usually needs an agent in order
She
to...
heard actual laughter. And she's screaming.
It's kind
I'm
of,
like, am I kind of feeling it right now?
Are you really?
I feel like I'm feeling something.
Okay.
Oh my God. So she's starting to yell inside of her place of work. I mean, if you're breaking the boundaries of professionalism to that point where you're starting to scream at this identity,
at your job.
Yeah.
Okay, but now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a little strange that there's a child's voice, which seems to be they're playing it like it's a child's voice, in a spa? I don't think that anything happened in the spa. This had to have happened.
Right. This doesn't feel like it's in the building or the location or like it was buried, like a burial. They didn't mention anything about a burial.
But it has to be something that was there before.
Right.
It wasn't like, a disgruntled spa client came back and said.
The feeling I was getting was because she's so open and an empath, maybe this child spirit connected to her, happened to be passing through that area. Maybe it's a portal.
And attached herself to her. And then when she went to work, she started acting up in the job.
In some way or
that's interesting.
shape or form, she is attached or connected to this young Mariah.
I set her up with her locker. I get her everything she needs.
It's really quiet in here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it stays that way.
So the client comes.
But the poltergeist won't leave Mariah alone. It follows her.
I go back to my desk and I'm sitting there.
Help me! Help me! Ma'am, are you
That
okay?
fast.
What happened?
Within minutes of her changing in the locker room, she comes running out and she's crying.
There's someone in there!
Crying.
In the locker room? Yeah, I swear I heard her giggling.
Why do you think that she started crying?
I mean, that is so immediate.
So do you think that this is something that is another empath? Seems to be a lot of strong emotion here because, okay, let's say you're a client going into a spa, you change, you get in your locker, and then someone tries to open the door, or you think someone is there. That's not going to make you cry.
Right.
That's going to make you go, excuse me,
it
hello, I'm in here.
Because she felt the presence of an actual person. So it wasn't she felt a ghost. She actually felt somebody was trying to enter her dressing room.
Okay, but why would she cry? Instead of being
I
like...
think because she was feeling the heightened emotions that were in the electromagnetic frequency.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking also.
There was so much emotion in the air.
The entity, the spirit.
Was
okay.
doing it, yeah.
Says to me, I don't want to be here. Someone tried to get into my dressing room. And I swear I heard someone giggling. I didn't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, that's not in the company handbook.
Ma'am, wait!
It was terrifying because I knew there was no one physical in that room with her.
Mariah puts
I'd
on
love
a
for you to
brave
find her and
face
coach her
and goes
on
to
how to.
investigate
She could.
the
She
area.
I mean, she even looks like it, doesn't she?
I know.
Scared.
She
I was
would be
incredibly
great.
nervous. That was a very strange thing to have to deal with. So I kind of walked into the locker room with a lot of courage. And I was like, I need to figure out what's going on.
She immediately
How
senses
terrifying.
a disturbing presence.
Something was wrong. It was kind of like when you walk into a room after someone's had a really bad argument. And you can
I'm just going to tell you right now, I would have a game plan. So I wouldn't just walk in the room kind of waiting to see what was going to happen. I would already start to prep myself. So I would already start to know, okay, first of all, I'm going in to have a confrontation. Second of all, I need to have my tools. So I need to have my sage. I need to have whatever I can get that I feel would bring a talisman or some sort of, I don't know, some spiritual connection in the physical. So that this being knows that I mean business, and then I need to set myself straight, and then I'll go in.
Air. And as I'm walking down, the shower at the very end has the curtains closed, but every other shower is open. Then I get that feeling again. Like the same feeling when I was closing out the rooms. Like there's
That's
someone
right. That's right, sister.
behind me. It's like the whole air gets thick and electric, and you can
Yes.
just feel that you're not the only ones in there.
Yes.
And I think it was like
She's
it
so
wanted
accurate.
to make itself known.
You got it.
Hello? Somebody there?
Oh my God. It's like from a scene from Psycho.
Here we go. Okay, so it's like they know. The spirit is absolutely... That was intense. Okay, you're all good? Okay, two things. I don't know if we caught it, but right when we had paused earlier, she said, when I walked into the room and there was a feeling, she's like, like after you walk into a room after someone's had a really bad argument there? No, most
Right.
people are
Most
clueless and
people-
don't know how to read a room at all, even while people are still in the room, let alone after they
Correct.
leave the room. So wherever
Only a
you
very
are an empath, my friend.
Empath would feel that.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I know all this. This is
Hopefully she watches this and finds out that this is a special gift that she has.
I'm sorry, I just got freaked out by myself.
There was someone in there.
Come on, Oriah, let's just go.
But then we are walking out of the locker room, and as we do so, the shower curtain that we had just torn open flings itself shut, and in that moment we are frozen in fear.
What's that? I don't know.
I mean,
Then it got
do you
worse.
pee in your pants? Like, what happens right there in that moment?
Excuse me, I need to use the bathroom now after you scared me in the bathroom.
I mean, these girls are brave to
We were
even
scared.
just
We
stand
were
there.
Very scared.
I would just run. I mean, I would even with all my tools, I would still know when the poltergeist experience is getting heightened to a point where they're not listening, they don't care, they don't want interaction with me.
Poltergeist means basically, it's a spirit that is more than just hanging around a space. It is actually causing a disturbance.
Yeah.
We knew that there was something there that wasn't a human being.
But was
Once.
a disembodied human being.
Come on, Oriah, let's go. Come on.
This is the last.
She says her name.
She said her name.
So she's interested
Yeah,
in
she knows her.
Yeah.
I think she knows her.
Yeah.
Oh, she just checked
Felt
out.
like it wanted to hurt me, and everywhere that I would go, it would follow me.
So there's multiple reasons why a spirit.
So not
Oh.
just following her. So
Right. Later on in the episode, we discover, right? Am I wrong? Did she say
right there. She still feels the presence of the unknown entity.
Okay, so do you want to talk about
Even to this
attachments?
day, I sometimes feel like there's always someone a couple steps behind me.
Yeah.
I feel like regardless of what job I go to, that spirit. and energy
This is
still
the
there with me.
beginning of a very long journey for her.
And perhaps a career.
Yeah,
when I started channeling spirit guides, I felt the same thing.
Yeah, this is she's just entering this paranormal field. Actually, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So this happens to be the
They're
first,
jumping her in.
Yeah. So the first one that jumped her in was a child. Who knows what the child had intentions of? I doubt it was malevolent or malicious. I think the child was actually enjoying that she was activating this
Got her
empath.
attention, yeah.
And the fact that the empath, this woman Mariah, is she is kind of hell-bent and hooked on the idea that this child is still with her.
I don't think the child is still with her,
I
actually.
don't think so either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think what she's feeling is the opening of that doorway.
Yes.
She's feeling the portal opening.
Because Mariah, wherever you are, we just want you to know we went through the same things. Sometimes
Yeah.
spirit activity has to get your attention through a fearful experience.
Yeah.
But that's really kind of, I call it jumping you in.
Yeah.
And then what happens is that portal starts to open. You start to understand it.
Yeah.
And those are probably guides walking around behind you that you feel their presence.
Yeah.
You can learn how to really, I call it discernment, where
Yeah.
you begin to know who is just a spirit hanging around a particular place or who is an actual spirit guide or ancestor with you.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk on this topic for a long time. That's why we have to keep sticking with Paranormal Nightshift, because there's so many interesting people.
Well, you know, one thing we haven't talked about, why on the night shift?
Well, because the nighttime brings that veil down.
Yep.
It's like a thinning of the veil. So
the physical noise is quieter. Less people, less electromagnetic frequency of regular human living people around. So the spirit feels more, I want to say actually just more comfortable to do.
And they can be seen also, because if it's bright light, it's hard to see.
Yeah, let's talk about that. A lot of mediums and channelers, we like to have low light when we channel, when I do a reading. And a lot of old time mediums had it completely dark when they did their traditional seances. And that was primarily because that brings the energy down into a quieter state of being in the room, and energy in the room quiets down. And you can, a lot of these, what they used to call specters back in the day, but now we just say spirits, their frequency is more visible and more felt when there's no competing electrical light sources. So that's that, guys.
Oh my God. Well, if any of you guys feel that you could relate to Mariah, or this was you and you've had these encounters where you thought that an entity was attached to you, it could be that it's really just the experience has started to open those doors, and there is no actual attachment of an identity, of a personality, of a being. It's more that you just are starting to open that doorway for more of these experiences. And we will talk in future shows about how to control that, manage that, how to live with beings that come in and out of dimensions.
I just realized the word entity is in the word identity.
Oh, I love it.
Isn't that wild? Okay. Anyway, thank you, guys. Leave a comment.
Oh my gosh.
Let us know about your paranormal experiences. We'll be back very soon with our next episode. Till then,
share, subscribe, etc., etc.
And stay in the magic.